How's everybody doing? ABL here. I'm traveling. I'm on the road on a mini vacation, and I saw the news about Justin Trudeau. Now, for one, just to get it out the way, to get the elephant in the room out of the way from the very beginning of this video, I'm not offended at the so-called brownface, blackface, whatever you want to call it. We'll get to the specific names that the media are using in a little bit. But I, for one, I'm not offended at all. Why would I be offended at that? For what? I mean, this guy, this is what he does normally. He normally dresses up in costumes. Like, I know you guys have seen the meme where it's like when Netflix says that your password is up or whatever, and you put on a different disguises. That's what Justin Trudeau does. Okay, so I'm not offended at the so-called blackface that the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau put on. However, what I will say is that this is yet another case of do as I say, not as I do from the left. The left will say, oh, the right, they are the racist ones. They are the hateful ones. They're the ones that hate brown people. They're the ones that want to mock brown people, that want to, you know, do all kind of different things towards brown, black, whatever they want to say. You know, people of color, colored people, whatever they want to say, that's what they put on us. But I have not seen anybody on the right come out wearing blackface at any particular point in their life. I've just not seen it at all. It's always those from the left. You know, you had two cases recently, not just one, but there was actually two cases. You're talking about Virginia's current governor, Ralph Northam, had on blackface, okay, in his high school yearbook, talking about, oh, that wasn't me. So, look, okay, either it was you in the blackface or it was you in the Klan outfit. And if it's not you, then why did you put it in your yearbook? People just let him get that excuse off and just, it was okay. And then his Attorney General, Mark Herring, came out and said that he put on some shoe polish or something on his face when he was trying to be Curtis Blow in the 80s or something just really retarded like that. It's like, all right, why do you got to put on the black face paint? For what? In the picture you see with Trudeau, which I had on the screen, I'll place on the screen again, you see him trying to be like some kind of Egyptian or Arabian or something like that, but he's right next to some guys that appear to be that actual nationality, and their skin is just as white as his is normally. Why put on the black face paint? Okay, calling it makeup. And that's a great segue into how the media are portraying this. They want to say, you know, first they said it was brownface. It's like, what? Brownface? Like, what are you talking about? Like, his whole body was just painted in black. Now, granted, this was a black and white picture. People are saying, oh, it was from 2001. He was 29 years old. He's not that old right now. Why is it in black and white? Probably because it was in the yearbook. Let's not forget, Justin Trudeau was a teacher at this particular place where this party or whatever happened, where he had on the blackface. Okay. So it was probably in the yearbook or some kind of accolade. So not only was Justin Trudeau wearing the blackface, but also the particular school he went to thought that it was a great moment and they wanted to put it in the yearbook. That's one. Two, why are the media not talking about the handsiness of Mr. Justin Trudeau? Okay, who are you grabbing like that, sir? Is that your girlfriend? Is that your wife? What's really going on with that? If that were somebody on the right, what would the reaction be? Oh, you're a rapist and you are wearing blackface, you're racist and all this and that. Okay, we've seen much less evidence against Brett Kavanaugh, and people want to call him a rapist to this day with zero evidence. Matter of fact, you have the opposite of actual evidence. You have women that have come out in his favor and said, oh, no, he would never do that. I love Brett. He was my best friend, this, that, and the third. Okay, so they have nothing. And that's what it was from the beginning with him. And they still want to beat him down, Brett Kavanaugh, that is. But when it comes to Trudeau, you have blackface in the yearbook, and he was old, 29 years old. Trudeau came out and apologized, quote unquote, apologized for it, talking about, oh, I had on makeup. Makeup? Why not just call it what it is? Call it blackface. I had on blackface. And not only did he have on blackface, he had it on his hands too, where he was being handsy with the young lady. But I digress away from that point. The point is that he wants to call it makeup and brownface, and the media want to do that as well because they want to protect him. They want to protect liberal people. This is very interesting timing for him because he has an election coming up like next month in Canada to, you know, remain the prime minister or not. It'll be interesting to see how this event really shakes up that election. If he's able to win, still with the same voters that voted him in last time, that want him to be so-called liberal and progressive, you'll see how really liberal and progressive they are. If this incident were to happen with a person that was conservative or seen as conservative, you'd be like, it would never end. You would still hearing about it to this day. It would never, ever go away. It don't matter how long ago it was. It could have been 40 years ago. It doesn't matter. This situation was in 2001. He was a fully grown man working as a teacher, you know, gainfully employed. So this really shouldn't be an excuse talking about, oh, I was dumb. You can't say you were young. You could say you were dumb, but it wasn't that long ago. I mean, 2001, look, I'm 35. I was already driving and working in 2001. I was a senior in high school 2001. So how long ago was that really? At that age, I knew what was right and what was wrong. I knew blackface wasn't a good thing to do, you know, but at the end of the day, as I close, I want to say I'm personally not offended by blackface. I don't really care. If you want to look retarded, then go for it. That's your personal business. Hey, have at it. But at the end of all of this, I just want there to be the same energy given towards Justin Trudeau as is given to anybody else that would do a thing like this, okay? I don't want it to be no kind of double standards going on here. If we're going to get on somebody that's conservative for doing this and it's some kind of racist negative thing, then it must be the same way for Justin Trudeau. It can't just be, oh, he's a liberal, so we're going to protect him or we're going to ignore it. And that's pretty much all I got to say about it. And what say you? Do you think that Justin Trudeau was racist for the blackface situation? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or is he not racist? I think racism and all of that is not even really the question. I mean, I don't know if he's racist or not. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I can't really tell by the blackface, but what I will say is that he's a big time stone cold stomp down hypocrite. If he says that the right are engaging in racism, Trump is engaging in racism, what is that, and a third, and if those that vote for him say the same thing, then you can't have that be true and at the same time what he does not even really get addressed. It has to be, you got to be consistent. That's all I'm looking for. If the media don't want to say what it is, that they want to call it brownface and, you know, dark makeup and skin darkening, if they don't want to call it blackface, if they don't want to call it any kind of racist, homophobic, whatever kind of word they want to use that they normally use towards us, then you know what's really going on. This should be furthering of the opening of the eyes of the regular everyday people to let you know who really has your best interest at heart and who doesn't, who's telling you the truth, who's being consistent with you and who is not. But that is all I got for now. And whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.